Are we live?
You are watching Melody Lane. With me, you're gonna have a great crafting time.
Good morning. We are live on YouTube and on Twitch. There's no shout outs this morning because something happened and all the names disappeared and I have to reset everything. And that was not going to happen in the time I had this morning. Welcome to our channel, Kyra or Kira. I'm saying that right, Kira. You now will get emojis to use and your name will be green and you're in the gold level so you get all my projects. Hundreds of them. Okay. So today I don't have anything specific we're going to answer questions. I shared on Facebook, what do you want to learn today? One person wanted to learn slice and flatten. Those are two things that we don't learn a lot of. So I will be taking questions, but first we're going to cover slice and we're going to cover flatten. Flatten is so simple, but so many people are doing it wrong if they want words and they're being cut out, but they flattened them. Why are they being cut out? So we're going to cover that. And I want to welcome any new people here. If you're here new today, raise your hand or say I'm new and be in the chat. Because every Saturday morning we do a giveaway. Today we have a double feature. After this video, I'm going to be opening viewer mail so we get to see some cards from you guys. I think they might be Christmas cards that I got late after my last opening. So, welcome to all the newbies. If you have questions, please put them in caps. Oh, I love seeing the newbies. Thanks for joining. Please subscribe, like the video, and I will be here next week. What brand of cardstock do you recommend? I use Cricut cardstock because I love it. It cuts great. It's solid core. I like it smooth on one side and textured on the other side. I have a whole wall of paper. Let's see if I can show you. And everything on this wall is Cricut. Let me see if this is going to work. Side camera. There. So, sorry it's a little shaky. There's Kobe and his catacorn next to him. It's all that looks mostly white is all the pattern paper. There's pattern paper above that and over to the right. All that in the corner I think is pearl paper and maybe the shimmer paper. This that you see in the middle of the screen is all cardstock and the purples are up there in the top right. And then all those browns you see, because you can't see here. Let me raise my camera. It's still hard to see. Those are the foil craft board. And then we have the holographic craft board that's on white craft board. And we have glitter paper and sparkle paper and corrugated paper is next to the foiled craft board. And then we're back to the other paper. So everything on there is Cricut. And then there's some Chalkature projects that I've done and some empty ones that I need to fill. I have a lot of Chalkature I need to do. All right, let me turn this camera off. Okay. Okay, because I haven't shown that in a while, I will be doing a craft room tour, hopefully this month. I really want to get that done. So maybe in the next few weeks, I'm going to do a full craft room tour because that's just on my paper. I have a vinyl wall. Well, no, this way. The other way is a vinyl wall. I use Cricut paper for rolled flowers. Foil vinyl is just like vinyl, but it's shiny. Welcome, Mandy Commons. And I think we had another member I missed. Welcome, the Caffeinated Crafter. All right, let's, and so you guys can now use these little emojis that are so cute. And a melody, and donuts, and we got coffee. Okay, let's head over to Design Space.
You are watching Melody Lane.
I forgot to turn that off. All right. So here is the Design Space app. Right now it's version 5.4.10. Okay, I was reading the chat. I need to we're going to start a new project. And mine does not have a grid because I went into settings and I took the grid away. I'm going to go ahead and add a partial grid. That's the original grid, and I like that one. What were we going to do? Oh, we were going to slice. Let's just add some shapes. Oh, we have to have a heart. I don't know why this is taking so long. I can't tell you when the mystery boxes come out until they come out. We're going to change the color on this. If you don't know how to change the color, watch my little mouse. It's actually a huge mouse, so you guys can see it. And we're going to have a gold star. Okay, so we're going to slice. Let's do this. So if I want to slice a star out of a heart, oh, you know what? I'm going to show you something else first. I'm going to duplicate this. This is where I talk to myself. What if I only want half a heart? So this is the reason you might slice, because some people say, well, why do you slice? I'm going to move this to the front. So I'm going to put it over the center of the heart, and I'm going to grab these two things and slice. And you have to pull these away. You will always have like an extra piece. I think on the iPad app you don't have an extra piece, but on the computer you do. If you don't want these pieces anymore, you can get rid of them. Oh, we could make a funny shaped heart. It won't be a heart. It's a whole new shape. Look at that. What if we wanted a shape like that? We could select those. When I drag this over images, it selects them both. You can tell they're selected because they're in gray, and I could weld them, and we have a new shape. Now let's say we want to cut this star out of the heart. I always bring it to the front. And let's say let's bring this to the back. Okay, let's say I want to cut the star out of the heart and the heart out of the square. First, I want to center. So I'm going to align and center. I only centered that. So now I want to center. I don't want to center the star because it'll put it like up here. And I want it like here. Okay, I want to slice all these out together. We're going to select all 3 of them. Uh-oh, my slice button is not lit up. Oh, you guys can't see the bottom. Sorry. See how the slice button is not lit up? Can anyone tell me why it's not lit up while I read the chat? Sherry, the Cricut cardstock are all sold in, some are sold in multi-packs. Yeah, they're like the red tones also have some pink in them. The yellow and orange tones, the brown tones are like neutrals and really good colors. Yes, you can only slice 2 images at once. So if I want to slice, whoops, I'm clicking on my program. Okay, if I want to slice the star out of the heart, I could select the star. I could hold down my shift key on my keyboard on my computer and then click the heart. Now I can see I only have 2 things selected over here in the layers panel. If your slice is not lit up, you need to look in your layers panel. Your answers for everything in Design Space are always in your layers panel. When people ask questions why something's not working or how to do something, I say, give me a screenshot of your layers panel. I can answer your question. Okay, so there it is. I can slice. Now it looks like it didn't do anything, right? Except for I added a red star here. But you have to grab this and move it out of the way. Now, this star, see, I cut through it. Now what I can do, let's center that again because I moved it around. I'm going to center that, select it all. So I'm selecting the heart that has a star cut out of it and a circle. That's only 2 things. Only 2 layers are selected, and now I can slice. Looks like I didn't do anything except for it added these slices. Now it kept that in the middle because we only sliced out this part of it. Now, if we want to, here's another feature that so many people don't understand that I cover in almost every single video. Can anybody guess what I'm going to do next? We are going to select the only button lit up, the contour button, because let's say I want to get rid of the star. Whoops, that's the heat guide. I clicked off of Design Space. So now the star is gone. But let's say I change my mind. I want the star to come back. I can bring it back. Okay, now let's get rid of the heart, but just have the star. I can click contour again. I can get rid of the heart. You can also click over here too. And let's see what happens now. Now I just have the star. Let's say I want it back to a square. We're getting rid of all the cuts except for the square. There we go. Now, if we don't want the square and we want the heart, we got the heart back. And if we want the star back, we can bring the star back. You see? I can also do that in this one. This one didn't have a star or a square. It only had a star. So if I want the star back, gone, and just the heart, I can do that. So now I taught slice and contour. Did anybody learn anything? I know most of you already knew that stuff. And I want you all to be live with me. So I'm going to show you something. Hold on, here's my video. Let me see what you guys see. You don't see what I want you to see. Hold on a second. Oh, there we go. Okay. Oh, why isn't it? Oh, here, I have to click on it. Make sure that your red line on your video is all the way to the end and that it's not like right here. Otherwise, you're not live. The reason I'm telling you this is because the giveaway. You have to be live in the chat in the giveaway. I'm going to be asking a question and you have to answer the question. So make sure your red line is all the way over. Okay? If you missed something, you can always rewatch. It's only 15 minutes into the video. Okay, let's just move this out of the way. Okay, now we wanted to flatten. Let's just get rid of these for now. And let's say we want to add a word to this. You know what? I'm going to go to images. And type love. Yay, Tanya finally understands the contour feature. We're going to bring this love in. Ooh, this love even has writing on it. Oh, here, I can show you this. Do you see these problems? Let me hit make it, see what happens. Project incompatible. Yay! I say yay so I can show you how to fix it. This says, because I think nobody reads it, this project is not supported by your current machine selection. Now, to let you guys know, it's not supported by any machine selection. It doesn't matter what machine you have selected. This is still incompatible. To resolve, select OK and adjust the affected layers. So I click OK and I can see there's a little hazard sign here. Those are the affected layers. So the problem is this little draw right here. It's really, really easy to fix. So we're going to select that draw, and up here where the question mark is, that means it does not have a current color selected. All you have to do is go here. You can select any color you want, and it's gone. If I wanted to make it, it will now make it. So remember, when you see incompatible, look for that little hazard sign and change the color of the drawing image. If it's a print and cut, it may be the wrong size. Okay, so we are going to print this. So I did see a question, what does flatten mean? I'm going to show you. What do I want to... I want to show you what's wrong. Okay. Okay, I'm going to show you the correct way to do it first. And then I'm going to show you the problem that many people do. The reason I need to show you the problem is because people need to know how not to do it, because that's the way most people are doing it. So the correct way to do this, if I want this to print on my computer, I need to select everything I want printed. So I'm selecting all of this, the squares around it, also double check. I have the word love. It has 2 layers of love. See the gray and the purple, and then it has drawing. And it also includes the heart. Because I have all those 3 selected, I'm not going to group them. I am not going to attach them. I'm going to click the word flatten right down here at the bottom. Do you see what happened? Do you see the difference? Now there are no cut lines here. And it's all in one place. It says flatten, and it's all one layer. If you flatten correctly, it will be all in one layer. Scrapping Granny on Twitch. I think you're live. I'm not sure. If you see me just flatten to the love, you're live. So I'm going to undo so you can see it again. So I'm going to select this all. This is the correct way. And we see all these are selected. Those are the ones we want to print. We only want it to cut out the heart. We do not want it to cut out the love. So we're going to hit flatten. And it all went up to 1. And this changed just a little bit. You don't see the cut lines. So that's good. Alex is still here. We found out he's going to be staying longer because my sister's coming. But he's going to be working this weekend in Uber. He's going down to Fort Lauderdale, I think. Okay, so now let's do it the wrong way. So let's flatten just this, or we could like select that, and over here where it says fill, we could change it to print. So we changed that to print, but you can still see this other layer is set to cut. We could, I always go to the wrong part, go to fill, change that to print. So that looks good. Let's attach that to the heart. Remember, I'm doing it wrong. Okay, that looks pretty similar, right? Let's hit make it. So that looks the same as the other one would have looked. I forgot to show you the make it part, but we'll do it again. So that looks the same. Looks good. It's going to cut around here because I can see a cut line there. And it looks like it's just going to print there, right? No. I'm not going to show you, but you have to believe me. If you don't believe me, please try it yourself. This love is going to cut out. This love is set to cut and print. Even when and see, here's the difference, you guys. Do you see all these layers? These two are set to cut and print. This one's only set to cut. But even if I went over here, oh wait, we have to detach it. And just selected the heart, changed it to print. So everything is set to print. And I attach it. It's still gonna, it looks the same. Also, okay, let's undo all this. We're still gonna do it wrong. Okay, so now this is how we originally had it. Everything's set to cut and everything. So let's say I'm going to select this. This is the love image with the layers and the drawing. Let's just flatten that one. That set it to cut and print. So now that moved it to one layer. So this is set to print. Let's attach it to the heart. They're both there. And I attach it. It's still 2 layers. This is still going to cut out the heart and cut out the love. Let's hit make it. It looks the same. Remember, that's the wrong way to do it. Let's undo. Okay, I think we're set back. The easiest way to do it and the right way to do it, select it all. We have all these selected and flatten. Now it says cut and print. Anytime you print, it's going to cut. So it's going to cut around here and print everything correctly. It looks the same on this screen. This is why it is so much easier. You just have to select it all and click flatten. It's easy. Don't attach, don't group. Everybody makes it so much harder than it is. And if you need to resize it or something, you can always use this little tab, resize it. I could duplicate this. Let's say I want more than one. Now I could do this. I could click make it. They're all set to print and cut. They will just cut around here and print. Let's say I want stickers, or let's say I want them printed out just like this. I can click make it. Oh wait, that's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to flatten them just like this. So they will stay like that. And notice, let me undo. Look at the layers panel. There are 3 separate ones. When I click flatten, it turns it into one. So when I hit make it, it's going to print out just like that. And it's going to cut out around each one. But let's say I didn't want these hearts to cut out. Let's add a shape behind it. Let's make the shape bigger. And we're going to make the shape white, because I want it to be, just print those out on white paper. Move it to the back. And that's too big, but we're going to flatten. And I got to make it a little smaller. Okay. So now, because I flattened it to the paper, you can see the white paper up here and those 3 hearts. It is only going to cut out the square. Now you can't see that square on here because it's white. And printers don't have white ink, so it's only going to print these. But it's going to cut out the square. Let me change the background color so you can see better. So it's only going to cut out that square. All right, did anybody learn anything new? I know a lot of you do it already. Yeah, anytime you print and cut, it will automatically cut. How do you make a card out of your printed image? Say cut out on the black line. Well, what I would do is I would cut this out. I would print this, have it cut out, and I would stick it to the top of a card. Yes, flatten is only for print and cut. A water slide or anything that you print is all done this same way. Anything you print. Nanette, great question. She says, I'm confused. So when do you need to attach or weld? You do not need to do that usually when you're printing. And this flatten is only for printing. Let me hide this stuff. No, let's do some text. Well, remember this image? If you saw the beginning, this started out a heart, and I sliced it in half and I welded it. So that's a use for weld, that you can make new images. Look what happens if I weld these. I just want to make it a different color just to show you. So if I take these 2 images and weld them, look over here in the layers panel, I have 2 different images, 2 different colors. If I weld, they become one color and they become one image. The only way to unweld is to undo. If you save it, you can't unweld. So that's when you weld. I'm going to group these. The reason I'm going to group them is because I can hide them together, or I could size them together if I wanted. They will stay together and size. But when I go to cut, they separate. Somebody asked about layering vinyl. Layering vinyl is done when you're actually have it cut out and everything. If you have different colors of vinyl, these could be vinyl, and Cricut Design Space will separate the colors. Okay, somebody just asked about writing in cut. If you have your font set to write, it will not cut. Okay, we're all going to be happy this weekend, right? Let's play with this font. So I want the letters together. Oh, and I always suggest change the color so it's not black. We're going to use yellow. So we're going to change this. Put it gray. Can you see that? Let's go to advanced. Let's lighten it up. Okay. Regular or writing. Okay. We're going to move these letters together up here. It's not going to move them all as close as I want, I don't think. I'm going to make this bigger so you can see the cut lines better. I don't know that you can see them better. Notice there's a cut line here. So I'm going to ungroup these. Once I ungroup, I cannot change the font of the whole word again. But I'm going to ungroup because I want this scooted over. I can use my, thanks for subscribing, Melina. I'm going to use my arrow key on my keyboard and move this over so it's touching. So I have these touching, these touching. The A is touching here. And let's scoot this over. That is touching there. But do you see how this line is going through that? And this line is going through here. Let's just hit make it, see what happens. Oh, we still got those other images. That's not how we just set them on the canvas. So remember, the canvas that we were just working on is only a place to design. That is not the final cutting mat. So when this happens, let me make it. A lot of people say to attach. Hold on. I just got another idea. Happy, happy, joy, joy. So we're doing this. I'm going to change the font of this one to a font that, oh, that's not a font. Let's go back to Cricut. Child's year. If I were to ungroup this, notice this is all one word. This is how all the fonts, every text box will only be one word. These are separate because I ungrouped them. So I'm going to ungroup the joy. First, we're going to change the color. We're going to ungroup it and notice it all separated. So now they're all separate images. Now, when we hit make it, oops, where's the purple? Here we go. It's like that. Okay, we're going to hit cancel. And if we want these to be set how we put them, let's just scoot these over. We would attach them. So I'm going to attach these. And I'm going to click make it. So now they're correct. That's how I want them cut out on my vinyl, right? So I attached these and those are correct. If I attach these, let me hide these things. So, okay. So now we attach these, but these are touching, and you can see these cut lines. So this is going to cut all the way through here, and where that H is behind it that we can't see, it's also going to cut that. You're going to have a lot of tiny pieces. This is going to cut through that one. This one is probably not close enough, but it might cut a little bit. That's not what we want, but it looks correct here. This is why I say to change it from black, because if you had it black, you can't see those lines. Okay, so we're going to detach. We're going to pretend these were never attached. And let me select them. Now look over here in the layers panel. And we're going to weld. Notice those lines are now gone. So the black lines are the cut lines. So it's only going to cut up around here, up this way. There's no line there. It's going to be connected. So you could cut this with paper and it would only be one piece. And we hit make it and it's correct. Okay, and I want to thank all of you in the chat for helping others answer questions. Okay, somebody just said I cannot change my matte color because it's grayed out. Do you mean this? You can't change that because the eye is through it? So is mine. It is always like that. You cannot change this eye to on. When you click on it, it gets a little darker gray. When you click off of it, it's the same as the others that are not selected. When you click on it, it gets a little darker, and there's always, sometimes depending on the contrast color on your computer, you can't see this little box. But it says color right here. If you just point and click underneath that word color, you can change it to any color you want. So like if you were going to put this on a pink shirt, then you could change it to that color of shirt and see what it's going to look like on that. So you can change it to anything you like. Okay, Letitia says it's confusing because showing how to do it is going pretty fast. You can always rewatch the video. Okay, I'm going to tell you guys the best way to learn is to watch the video like you're watching now, and then go back and open up Design Space, have the video in another window or on an iPad or on your phone, and do exactly what I do. So when I'm going too fast, if I do a little bit, pause the video and then you repeat exactly what I did. If it doesn't turn out the same, then rewind the video, watch it again, and see what you did differently. How do you change the matte color? So let's say you hit make it. Is this, I'm guessing this is what you mean? It's this color because these are the colors I have selected. So I know this is the color I want to use, that when I designed the project, this is the color that I chose. If you don't want to do this color, you can put black down on the mat. Any color you, the Cricut does not know what color you're actually putting on the mat. If this is black, I know it's hard to see, so I say change the color. Let me put this back to black. So sometimes the black is hard to see when you have black on the black. So if I'm using black and I want to see it very well, I will just lighten it up maybe this one. But then when I know I have this color here, I'm going to put black down. Black vinyl or black paper on my mat. That is the only way to change the mat color. You can't change it here. Unless, let me see. So if I click this, you can move this around the mat as much as you want. And it has this little circle here with 3 dots in it. You can click that. You can move to another mat. And you can change to a new mat. So I can, if I wanted it all cut on one mat, I can move it here. It's going to change the color of it to purple. See? And it keeps it exactly where it was. So I could move it up here to save. I could even, if I really wanted to save, maybe. No, it doesn't fit there. But you can move it around. Now, let's say I want to change the color. Move to another mat. I'm going to click a new mat. And I can choose the color. So now I made it orange. So if you don't want to go back and change it, you can move this to a new mat and change the color. I'm checking on the chat. Yay, Andrea Luna is learning so much today. Deborah learned something. Can you change the order of the mat cuts? No, you can't. But if I want to just cut this one out, I can. And then it will go to the next one. I, a lot of times, do not start at the top. I will click on the one I want, because sometimes I get my paper ready before I even hit make it. And then I'm like, oh, I have to click on the correct mat. And remember, if you need to mirror, you just click it underneath each one. And it will mirror it if you're doing iron-on. Yay, I'm so glad you guys are learning. Joanne, I have 2 or 3 videos on orientation marks for layered vinyl. Last week, I think it was Pinterest inspired. For Valentine's Day, I showed how to add those. And then I have some older videos where I actually cutting out the vinyl and putting them on. Yay, I've answered a lot of questions. Tanya has a great question. Hold on. Do the infusible ink pens fit in the Cricut? This is usually a design space class where I usually only answer design space questions, but you guys are asking a lot, I guess. Do the infusible ink pens fit in the Cricut? These type do. These type do not. So, I think that's... So we have this one. This is a marker. You know this one fits in the Cricut because see that arrow right there? If it has an arrow like that, it fits in the Cricut. The packaging will say they fit in the Cricut. This is a new package of some of the new pens, but at the bottom it'll say for use. I don't have any of these still in the packaging. So this is a Cricut and Fusible pen. Welcome, Sue. And it does not have an arrow. It has, this is a dual tip. So it has a brush tip and a, what do you call the other tip? A bullet tip, I think. Brush tip. This is brush tip. And bullet tip. These do not, these are called freehand. This is also a freehand. This one is not a dual tip, but it is a brush tip. And it does not fit. It does not have an arrow. It has another little squiggly to tell you it's a brush. And this one is just a bullet tip. It does not have an arrow. You can't even see the tip. There it is. So if they fit in the Cricut, they will have that arrow because that shows you have to push it down until the arrow, I think, is covered. Yeah, and it says freehand marker on the package. And always store them upside down. I just have all my blues and purples in this one. Store them tip down. The dual tip you want to store sideways so the ink is always level on each side. Any of them with only one tip, it's best to store them down. But all these freehand, I'm storing behind me up there in that square there. Thank you, the Caffeinated Crafter. Okay. Oh, they're Cricut pens. Oh, you didn't know they're Cricut pens? Which way? So it's... Okay, let me see if I can turn my computer without it falling. Those are all Cricut pens. Regular Cricut pens, gel Cricut pens, Cricut markers. This is where I just got this jar from, are all infusible ink pens. So there's that many infusible ink pens. And where? Right there are some of the freehand ones. And I just got some more pens. Look at these colors. They're so cool. These are milky colors. This is a brand new set of colors. If you click on my link in the description below to purchase Cricut, I have them, I think it's under links. You have to go down pretty far. I do get a small commission, and I appreciate that. I don't get paid to do videos. Cricut has never, ever paid me to do a video. And so there, I was writing the yellow. The machine didn't write it. I wrote it myself. That's this marker on black paper. Isn't that cool? You couldn't see it very well while it was wet. When it's dry, it turns out like that. Patty is asking what the open space is for. Well, okay, let's do our giveaway. Patty, I'm not ignoring you. Okay, so for a giveaway, you have to be able to chat, as I said in the beginning, and you have to be live to chat here on Facebook. The first person to answer my question that I did answer in the last video, first person to answer will win $15 for Amazon. Okay, the question is, you can't answer until I say go. The question is, what is going in this spot? Go. Somebody answered before I said go. Okay, we got an answer. We got an answer, so everyone else is out. I was looking at the chat. Yep. Okay, so there is a new paper storage being released, and I'm getting it next week, and I'm really excited about it because they're having an amazing sale. And I'm really excited about it because I can share that sale with you. But it's not available yet. So join me February 12th live. I will be here showing you some new stuff I get from the Scrapbox Company, which is now, I think it's called the Create Room. They're changing the name from the original Scrapbox to the Create Room. And they're sending me more than just that. So the first one to answer, I'm going to take a screenshot. There was an answer above that, but it was before I finished asking the question live and before I said go. So the first person was Teresa Roberts. So you need to email me at melodylanedesigns@gmail.com. I think I have the email on my About page on my YouTube channel, or you can message me. I'm looking at the chat. Somebody says a beautiful picture of your son. My son's like, no way. Because somebody said that before. Cindy, if you want a new one, February 12th is the day. Believe me, lots of sales. Okay, do we have any more questions on Design Space? Is there something you want me to show you? Oh, I know. While we're here, let's cancel. Let's just hit new. I do not want to save that. Let's go to images. A lot of people have a problem finding images. Bonnie, it is kind of small for my paper storage, but you could buy more than just one. But I have this whole wall of paper storage, so I'm good. If we click on cartridges, so we're on images, this is what it takes you to. If you click on cartridges, it will show you the newest cartridge, but for some reason it has the last digital mystery box that was released is now available to purchase each one separately. So if you scroll past these mystery box, oh look, there's, you guys, they've added, since yesterday, they've added another cartridge. So this is a new cartridge, Game, Get Your Game On. I'm going to click on it. I haven't seen these. So tomorrow I think is the Super Bowl, right? I don't really watch that. I apologize for the things I said during the game. These are great. You can make shirts. We interrupt this marriage for football season. That's kind of funny. If you want to listen to me talk about football, that's hilarious. I hope the red team wins. Just here for the commercials, that's me. I would only watch the commercials or halftime. Isn't that funny? Okay, I'm going to go to cartridges again. And we're going to scroll down. So there's some music cartridges. Here's music genres. Oh, blues, pop, pop rock, house music, country music, funk, techno, jazz, alternative rock, indie rock, electronic dance, classical, rock, and soul music. That is so cool. Lucky Irish, grandparent silhouettes, farm badges, litter. So maybe you want to say no littering or something and make a sign. This one is so cute. Llama be your Valentine. Look, beautiful rose. I don't know how to put this rose together yet. A little llama that I think holds a little chocolate kiss. It's a hug card. I think you can make him hold a little chocolate kiss. I think. Little cupcake toppers. More llamas. Yeah, see, I think this is cupcake topper. And this is a really cool card. Cupcake toppers. This would be cool iron-on. So now in the app, they put them in order of when they put them up. We got Zodiac badges, Hawaiian silhouettes, and you see more than what's here. Game of chess, they got all the chess pieces. Now, another trick, everyday Valentine icons, strike a pose, looks like yoga. This is a great one. This is for adoption. Mandala animals, there's 44. I'm going to show you another trick in a second. So they have them in writing, so it will draw. And then they also have it like so you could cut it out in vinyl. I did this one. I didn't do it yet. I just saved this to a project. I'm going to have it draw and I'm going to emboss it. And then I want to color it with my watercolor markers. I love that elephant and the cat. There's so many. Aren't they cool? Okay, so I'm going to show you a trick real fast. See how we always go back up to the beginning? I hope they change that. Where were we? We weren't this far down. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you how to open another window. So to open another window, you go back up here to File, click New Window, and it opens it up on my other monitor because I have two monitors. So I'm going to go here, go to Images, go to Cartridges. Okay, so I'm going to move this out of the way for a minute. And let's say let's say I want to look at this one. Look at that tree. I don't remember seeing these trees. Okay, let's say we're going to look at this one, the brushed hearts. So instead of clicking this one and then going back, and then I have to start at the top, and I have to remember where I'm at, I'm going to click on this other one, and I'm going to click brushed. I'm just going to search it. So then I have this, so I can click on this. And I have these hearts that are like hand-drawn. Okay, I like those. Let's move this one out of the way. And here, we're still in the same spot. We can continue. I'm just going to scroll up more. Now, every single image in Design Space is in a, look at those, is in a cartridge. A cartridge is just an image set. So let's say I want to look at this one. So I'm going to go over here so I don't lose my spot and hit Cancer. Oh, okay. Now what happened was I was still in the brushed hearts cartridge and there is no Cancer image inside the brushed hearts. So hit cartridges and then hit Cancer. And it'll bring up any cartridge that has Cancer. Now, I could type in exactly what it says, but there's no reason to. So then I can look at these images. And if if I don't want to do the same mistake I did last time, I can go ahead when I'm done and just hit cartridges again. Now we'll go down here. We'll find some more. There's so many. See how far we went? I think they're in order of when they were released now. Keep thinking they're in alphabetical. Thank you for subscribing. There's more emojis, smiley face printables. Birthday wishes. So instead of clicking here, I'm going to bring this other window up. It's much easier to type in one of the words from the cartridge title and click on that. Okay. Did that help anybody? You can also, let me do it from here. Go to cartridges. You could just search Valentine. It'll bring up every cartridge that also includes the word Valentine. There's a lot of them. You can also, instead, you can go to categories and search Valentine. Categories are in alphabetical order. And say I wanted an arrow to use for a Valentine image that I just want to create myself. I'm in the category Valentine. Okay. How did I do that before? Oh, yeah. No, where am I? Oh, this is images. These are all Valentine images. So I'm in the category Valentine, and I can search here for arrow. So now it'll bring up all arrows that are used for Valentine. See, they got such cute little arrows. So many arrows. I mean, like, it seriously is a lot. Oh, wait, these are, well, oh, they do have little arrows in them. So that's why they say arrow. Wow. There are more than I thought. I mean, that's a lot. All right, guys. So it's 12:02. I'm going to go over to viewer mail. They do have, Kathy Manzella is asking about glitter pens. Cricut does have some glitter gel pens. The Cricut will write with them. Yeah, I have two monitors so I can show you my screen really easy. Thank you for the thumbs up, everybody. Cheryl used the Cupid on her sock. So cute. And all these images, most of them you can cut out of paper or vinyl. You can change them to draw. You can change them to engrave. Here, let me show you something real fast. Look. So let's bring this in. You know it's been selected because there's a little green thing around it, and it shows down here. I'm going to click Insert Image. This is really cute. I don't know that I've ever really looked at this before. But look at the hearts and arrows with the letter. So cute. And these are all free if you have Cricut Access. And Cricut Access pays for itself because you get 10% off everything you buy at Cricut. So we're going to go to line type. If I wanted to draw this, any of your machines will draw. And let's change the background so you can see. Click that. So it will draw that just as you see it there. If you want to change it to engrave, it looks the same as draw, but it will engrave this. What we gotta select it, and it will deboss. Deboss is a little thicker. You could deboss this on watercolor paper and do some watercoloring with it. It's really pretty. I've done a video on that. You wouldn't want to wave this or perforate that, but it's possible. I mean, you could. You could also have it scored. Okay. If you have Cricut access, raise your hand. Sandy is confused on infusible ink. How do you transfer it to a shirt? Well, I see you haven't watched my infusible ink videos. That's okay. So if you wanted to draw with infusible ink pens, you totally could do that with this. And you just make it any size you want. You click make it, and you put paper on your mat that is laser copy paper. Look at all these people that have access. So laser copy paper you buy at Walmart or the printer store or an office store. You buy paper that you put in a laser printer. You do not use the printer. You only use the paper. You put the paper on your mat. You put the ink or the infusible ink pen in your Cricut, and you have to mirror this. So you mirror that, and then you press that onto your shirt. I have, I think, 20 videos of infusible ink, and a lot of them I use the pens. Can you insert bridges into a design that within a cartridge? I don't know if I understand the question. If you want a bridge, let's clear our filter. Let's click on images. Search bridge. So if you just click on images, you'll get bridges from every single cartridge that has a bridge on it. And these really thin lines like this, these are drawing images, where the thicker lines are cut out with vinyl or paper. So that's how to tell the difference. See, this one and this one are the same. So is that one. Let's click these. Let's bring these in. Let's get rid of that one. Okay, so we brought all these in. This one is a draw. This one is a cut. I'm not sure. It's thicker cut. And this one, oh, small and large. Oh, I see what they did. So you can cut this one out smaller and it'll still cut okay, where this one is larger. See, I can make the lines just the same thickness. That's what it is. Because this is the large one. If you wanted this cut real small, it would be so intricate it might rip. It might not cut well. So they made one with thicker lines. If you want that. That is great. Thanks, Cricut. I never even noticed that before. Debbie, the emojis in the chat, the ones with me or Cricut, those are for members only on YouTube. It doesn't let me do it for Patreons. I don't control who gets those emojis. It's only YouTube controls it, and only you and YouTube control it. I can't control that. Yeah, like for a stencil, it would be good. But you can get other emojis, but there's a little face next to the chat thing, I think. Thank you for helping everybody. Jamie is always answering questions. So is Glenda. So are other people. Everybody helps whoever can help. When you draw or engrave, will it do double lines or just do it through the center? It will cut wherever the cut lines are. So it's hard to see, but, oh, you can't see nothing. I just changed the color of this one. It will cut, like if I set this to draw, it's going to draw where you see those lines. So it's going to be a double line. So if I wanted that bridge and draw and I didn't want the double lines, I would choose this one. It will not change. It draws where the cut lines are. That's all it does. Or engrave where the cut lines are. So if you wanted to draw or engrave and you don't want double lines, you would have to use an image that's set to draw. If you want to learn how to find images that are set to draw, we're going to exit out there. And I type in draw. You could type in drawing or cartridges with drawing. So all these images you see here will do single line drawing. See, they're set to draw. There's lots of them. I like that little squiggly. Beautiful things set to draw. Lots of mandalas. You can make a coloring book. Wishing you much happiness. I wish you all much happiness this football weekend. So if you want something set to draw, you can just search it in Design Space. Anything you see with this green 8 is free if you subscribe to Cricut Access. Can you use paper labeled for inkjet and laser? Yes, you can. For Fusible ink pens, yes. As long as they're set for laser. The reason you need laser paper is because of the heat. It can withstand the heat and it kind of has a little coating on it. And so then Fusible ink will set brighter to the project. Did you guys see the gray shirts? Did a video Thursday night with the gray shirts to show you the difference of the gray shirt and the white shirt and the transfers. And we use some markers. All right, guys, I'm going to let you go. I'm going to get over to the video. I have to set that up in my backstage area. And we will be opening viewer mail in just a few minutes. There's another video for that on my channel. If you can't find that, just click my name under the video and go to my channel. My channel is youtube.com/MelodyLane. Denise, if you just search on YouTube Melody Lane and Fusible ink, there's one video here. Let me find that video for you before I go. It says wet my plants. I don't know if that's the title of the video. Gotta add Melody Lane. Here it is. Okay, I think we're live. Yeah, I think we're live. Here's a video where I did a baby onesie. It drew words that said I wet my plants, and then it drew the plants, and then the pots were used with Cricut transfer tape. So there is the link for that. I'm going to put it over here too. So it goes to Twitch. All right, guys, I'll see you in a few minutes. Let's see what you guys sent me. It's always fun to look at the things you guys make. Bye.